End of another long day. You know, I was in the backyard and I found a pair of Felco number 2s hand pruners. Top of the line. They're like $90 brand new with tax. And they were in the dirt and they were rusted clothes. It just, it bothered me so much. I have a thing for fine tools. And that's the tool that I use every single day. So I took it and I had to take a break and go clean it up. I took it apart, I sharpened it, I oiled it, I got it back together so it was working again. I gave it back to the woman and she says, I was looking everywhere for those. So today's video is on a little bit about working with some of your hand tools and how to keep them sharp, how to keep them working well. You know, a sharp tool is a pleasure to work with. A dull tool doesn't cut near as well and leaves ragged edges. So keep your tools sharp. And I want to talk a little bit about sharpening a tool. Most hand pruners or lopping shears or even pole pruners have only got one bevel. Never ever take the backside and bevel it. You want the backside absolutely flat as possible. And if you look at the edge of this, let's see if I can see it. If you look really, really close, you can see you don't see any glints of flatness there. So when you're sharpening your tool, make sure that you get it all the way up to a clean, sharp edge. It sounds like common sense, but I tell you, unless you really scrutinize it. And another part of this that's really critical, we call this the anvil part. Now the anvil, let's see if I can get this on here. The anvil, you've also got to sharpen that. Use a round file on this. You bring it all the way up so that it doesn't have any round over. And if you look at this close, really close on the bottom here, it's really good. And the top, I still got to go a little bit more because you can see how it's rounding over just a little bit. When this blade comes in contact with the anvil part of it, this also adds to the cutting force. Also, it's very important to keep these things lubricated. I've got a real fine machinist oiler over here, and I constantly keep up on that. You notice I have the battery out when I do this. I open it to the open position, take the battery out. Always be safe, guys. These things will cut your finger off and nothing flat. As a lot of you guys know, I like Milwaukee tools, so I bought another hand pruner that fits these Milwaukee tools. That's the bigger battery, so it's too heavy. But this one only cuts about half as good as this yellow one. And this is some off Chinese brand. There's what it says on there. You could probably take a picture of that. This is about $100. It comes with 2 batteries, but of all of the ones that I've used, this is by far my favorite. Now for oiling up your tools, I found this a few years ago. It's called the Latco Zoom Spout, and I looked it up, and you can still buy these. You know, if you go to Amazon and look for this, I highly recommend it. You can keep refilling it with a real fine oil, but what I like about it is this. It's hard to video with 2 hands, but it's got this little extension spout here, and the cap has a little spot to fit on there so you don't lose it if you're careful. And to lubricate, you just give it a little bit of squeeze and it puts it right where you need it. You don't make a big mess, but I find that this thing is so valuable. Push it back in. Do this with one hand. Pull a little spout out. Put the spout on there before you shove it all the way back in. Keeps it from leaking. Highly recommend this. So this is another tool that I use, I recommend. I've got 2 of them in my truck. It's called a Work Sharp. It has 2 diamond impregnated, I can't say they're stones because they're steel, but you can do that. You know, you can take these off too. They come right off of here. They're magnetically attached. If you really want to get crazy, it's got a little ceramic bit over here. I honestly don't use that very much. And it's got a little leather strap there. If you're using your hunting knife or something, that's handy. But because these things come off, I use the flat file first. Then I go with the rough diamond and the really fine diamond and bring it up to a really good sharp point. Now, a sharp blade lasts a lot longer, so keep them sharp. Just like on a piece of dead wood. You notice I did not cut into the active tissue that's trying to surround that. Cut it as close as you can without damaging the bark. This one, I could have got a little bit closer. There we go, like that. Beautiful. Now for pole pruners, my favorite is the Marvin pruner. This is actually the big head Marvin pruner. And the blade has been sharpened so many times, it barely closes. So I gave it one more sharpening, and I did the same thing that I did to the other tool that I showed you. But you can see this one's starting to round over a bit. If I go any more on this one, then the blade will not cross over. That's how much I've sharpened that blade. I really need a new blade for this one. So this is not an actual Milwaukee, but it fits the Milwaukee batteries. And it works, but it's got such a tiny little opening. The other one cuts twice as big. So every tool that has a cutting edge gets dull, and you've got to keep up on it. A sharp tool works so much better than even just a little bit dull tool. So keep it top-notch sharp.